So the next node is particle relative time. You can go here in the constant. This is here relative time, or right click and go here and relative time, or you can just search the relative time. Okay. So it's very simple to understand it. This is just give you the zero value at the birth of particle and the one value at the death of particle. So you can change anything from birth to the death. Like in the example here, it's doing something, but we can use it like for the color. So like if you have this here in the Lerp and you have two colors in A or B, A and B. So like red and green. The particle will change color from the red and green. And that is the very simple thing any particle system will have. So we really don't require this to use. We can do that anytime in the particle over life. We can do anything over life in the particle like size, rotation, color, dynamic parameter, anything. So like if I take the Niagara and I use this material here, let it compile, and you see it's just making that particle from red to green. So if I just take the particle color, that will work the same if I take the color curve here. So I'm not using this thing now, I'm just using the particle color. So if I save this, so now here if I take the delete this and take the color and curve and make the first swatch to red and the second one green, is giving the same output. See, so really don't require that. But this is not just to change the color. You can change anything. For example, like you have this and you have a radial exponent. And in the radial exponent, I am feeding it to the density and I am saying that it should be 0 at the birth of particle, and when it's dying, it should be like 5. So little sharper. And if I connect this here and save, so now here, if I stop, you can see when particles are spawning, there is no radial because of zero density. Then density is slightly increased and it is very faded because density is very low. And at the end of particle, when they are almost dying, the density is little sharper. So that value you can use for anything. Like if I take the one more Lerp, you can use that for the radius. So the radius will be from 0 to 1. 1 means that will cut that planar and it will be full flat. Because the maximum radius, let me show you. If I preview this, the maximum radius is 0.5 that will touch to the edge, and if you increase that above that like zero point 0.8 or 1, it will be bigger than that, so it will be flat. So I'm now using here from 0 to 1. Okay, save this, and now here you can see the radius very tiny and then increasing and increasing, and here some have the full one radius that's almost fitting, actually bigger than the sprite. Okay, so you can use it for distortion, you can use it for to erode things, you can use for glow, anything you want to use that overlap. But yeah, you can do that also. If you don't want to use that, just take the dynamic parameter and instead of this just use it here. So if you'll add a curve in the dynamic parameter, it will work the same. So if I save, and here now in the dynamic parameter, if I just connect with the normalized age, it will work the same. See, the tiny radius then become. And last one, the same example that we did here. So we were using this in the Lerp for the two colors, but if I use the same dynamic parameter and connect this here, it will work the same. See, so you can just take it as like this is normalized age and this thing is here in the particle. So this is your age of particle. Okay, so anything you want to do with. I hope you understand it now how to use this node, but it's not required to use it. It's almost useless. So thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.